Lily Craven, my guest for the evening. You know exactly where you can find her, at Lily Craven. Links to all of her social media are in the episode description. Make sure you support the creators that come on this show. Otherwise, they stop coming on the show. Lily, it's a real pleasure to have you on tonight.
Thank you for having me.
We had some fun discussion off camera, but let me start with let me start with like the basic boring question, just so I can kind of establish a baseline of your career. How did you initially get into the adult entertainment industry in whatever form it was? Whether it was dancing first, you went right into shooting porn, you did camming, you were a swinger. What is your entrance from a vanilla life into this industry?
Okay, I have a good one. You know, most of us have a quite fascinating story on how we got into it. But I started off selling out of my Facebook inbox. And I still run a group. It's called Camp Morningwood. And it's our way. We only use camping lingo. And you can buy content from the counselors in the inbox. So I did that. And then I caught a ban for 3 months and I freaked out. I was like, oh my God.
Wow.
You know, what do I do? What do I do? And I had a friend. Thank you, Tyson. My friend said, have you ever heard of Chatterbait? And I was like, no. He's like, it's webcam modeling. I'm like, no, I've never heard of it. So he was like, here, let me show you. And I was like, oh my God, I could do that. So I started on Chatterbait, and I didn't say why. So anyways, the reason I got into all this was because I had a cheating ex-husband and I wanted revenge. So I ended up, packing my shit up, going to Hollywood for the Why Not Summit. And I sat in the smoking section where everyone sits, and they're smoking something or another. And I started chatting, and I met like Will Ryder and Katie Morgan and Evan Stone, and they were all out there. And that's how I got my foot in the door. So
personal. Keep anything personal you'd like to keep personal, but I got to dig into this a little bit.
No, please go ahead.
Was it a one-time cheating event? Was it a continuous thing? Was it a Coldplay concert where he got caught with his HR person? I don't know if you've seen that news story.
Yeah. Recently. Oh, I've seen it. No, did you know? Not off topic, but
by the way, you can divert off topic all you want. Please do.
So, what happened with that story with the CEO? Mm-hmm. It was Coldplay that was contacted by the wife that she found out that they were going to be there.
Wait a minute. There's a whole nother layer to it?
Yes. So the wife said, the wife set it up.
Wow.
So people are hating on Coldplay, but they're like, after she described everything and said they had been married for 25, 30 years and that she knows this is going on and that they're supposed to be at the concert. And so that was like set up deliberately.
Did you see his wife too? She was gorgeous.
Yeah.
Total knockdown. There was an old Bill Maher joke. There's an old Bill Maher joke, and apologies, it's a little crass, but it was something about it doesn't matter what kind of pussy you're getting, it's not as good as new pussy, is what he always used to say. And it's I've been in a committed, non-cheating relationship for about 19 years, I think it is.
Good for you.
I think I said a lesser number last time, and my wife was like, hey, fucko, you need to recalibrate those numbers.
Buck up, buddy.
Yeah. When were you into this thing? But it's like, no, I personally go like, there's too much risk, get in trouble, and I like my wife,
Yeah.
So can I ask you, and this is,
Please.
Your situation, was it
Yes.
just, do you think, I don't know if you know the details on his side of it, but your situation, was it just you had been together a long time? Was it something fell out of the marriage a little bit? Again, totally personal.
We were totally I think we were 2 years into it, and I was so into him. He was like my everything. He was such a good husband. I was absolutely blindsided. And then some woman contacts me and said that they had been engaged for a year and they had an apartment together, and that it just goes on and on.
Wow.
Like it wasn't just her. There was many, but I found out all at once. So it was a pretty good sting. Especially when I thought he was gold. And so I don't know, it was a difficult journey, but a beautiful one in the end, because I would have never, ever in my life thought I would be involved in this industry. And when I did get involved, it's like I belonged. Like I hadn't really worked a job. I had no career. It put me through school. I put myself through school. I don't know. I just, everybody welcomed me. And my fans just boosted me up and told me I mattered to them. And it was really just a positive all the way around. It's been a great ride. And I like being Lily. Like, that's fun to be. And I also like looking at people and going, I don't care. Like, cause Lily doesn't care. She doesn't give a shit.
Sure.
And I'm much more reserved, very much so. So it's been fun to play the character, play the part.
You may eventually start to live the part, it seems like, you know?
I don't know if I'd live her life. She's pretty wild, but it is fun. It's a fun thing to do. It definitely, the entrepreneurship of it, the self-employment, it's a constant, it's very strategic. It's like a game of chess. I always say you've got to really plan things out. There's never really a sure way to do things. So it takes a lot of planning and thinking and teamwork. And it's just it occupies a lot of my time in a good way.
I always ask this question, and it's half a joke, but did you realize that coming into the porn industry would be about 5% having sex, and the rest of it was social media, admin work, blah, blah, blah?
So a little secret about me. So I was like really, really reserved on the sex part because I was just like, oh my God, I'm going to have to give a blowjob. Like, I'm going to have to do what? Maybe that's why I didn't keep the husband. But anyways, so basically, I had to tell myself, am I okay with doing this? So then I found a way around doing really the sex stuff was because, playing the mommy, it's a lot of dialogue. My fans like to jack off to the whole storyline. They are not into pop shots and all that stuff because I am a major cumophobe. I learned that too. So I don't really need loads anywhere that yeah. So we stick to cream pieing on the face. You can't see it, that sort of stuff. But I definitely, I have a list of what I won't do when I started, which was pretty much, it was easier to say what I would do. And I have gotten away with a lot, or not necessarily having to do so much boy girl because I talk to my fans right there.
Sure. I want to come back to your list because I have a thing on likes and dislikes coming up. Yeah. But I have to say this. I'm a pop shop fetishist. Like, that's what
many are.
Sure. You bring up a new scene, you fast forward right to the end. What is it?
I don't have an end.
What is it that grosses you out? Is it the smell, the texture, the taste, the look?
I don't know.
Really?
Okay, so get this. I can't smell, so it's not that. The taste, I've never tasted it. It's psychological. There's no reason behind why I'm like totally, I'm just afraid of it. Like, I don't know why. I don't mind if it's someone I'm with. I think it's more the rando cum shots. Like if you could shoot it on my aunt, my stuff. I just don't like sit there and stare at it. But around, the thought of it going near my mouth is just horrible to me. But I've learned I can take it on the face, which means I can handle it. So it's not the texture then.
Give me a second. Let me cross off all of my bukkake questions. Yeah. That's going to eliminate about 20 minutes of our conversation. Oh,
I have a friend who does bukkake. She, I was in the room one time and I smelt that. Ugh. There were so many.
You said something earlier about meeting people at like the Why Not show and whatever else. I, as a total idiot from the outside, just ignorant to it, right? I would look at it and I would assume from all the stigma I've heard all of the years about women, I would go, this must be the cattiest, nastiest business where people don't help each other and they're fighting to climb to the top. It's the polar opposite, isn't it? From what I've seen, at least, right?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. We definitely have a stigma, but that stigma is a good, like, in my opinion, it makes us more valuable. It makes us dirtier, naughtier. Like, we leave that to the fans to make us out to be, much more than we are. They also think that we are like we're just fucking all the time. And it's like, I'm the only one. I don't know. I know there's quite a few of us that don't even have sex. We consider it more performing, but we don't even have personal sex in 10 years. So that's where it's kind of funny about that. But yeah, we are so like, we team up a lot. There's girls like Darcy Dean and Piper Press and Kaylani Kai, and there's Priya Rai. Like, we always get together. Amy Quinn. We are always conferring, putting our brains together, figuring things out, teaming up, especially at the Exoticas. We get to intermingle with our fans.
Sure.
And we spend the whole weekend with them. They know us, like personally, because, we're at the expo, but then there's all the after parties. They come with that, to us, with us. We are not separated from them. We definitely interact. So that is like the ultimate, because without our fans, we don't exist. So
sure.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
I've been to Exotica probably the last 4 years in Jersey, ever since I started doing this show. And
love that one.
I do too. But this last year, though, man, it has really exploded in popularity. I couldn't move last time. 2 years ago was totally fine. I could not move last year. It was crazy how tight everything was, how fucking hot it was in there. Yeah.
Yeah.
You do convention? Were you at that one? Did I miss you?
Oh, yeah. I had a booth there with Skyhawk After Dark. We did our booth. We had about 15 girls in ours. We were right in the front. So, yeah.
I probably squeezed by you guys about 6 times as I was trying to move around.
For sure.
What is etiquette for you at one of these conventions? Because, again, I always am real nice. And I last year I met a couple people that I had interviewed, and I, introduced myself and totally respectful, professional. I'm in the professional version of this industry, right?
Yes.
But then one girl, this girl, Kat, who I interviewed, total sweetheart.
Kat, Katrip. Oh.
No, Kat Karma Orgasmic.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Oh, do you know her? Do you actually?
Well, I know of
her. Yeah, she's just one of my favorites. She came on the show very early on, and just, I love her. She's a sweetheart and whatever. But the next guy in line after, I walk up with my wife. I go, Kat, and her husband at the time, hey, we're leaving. It was really nice to meet you, blah, blah, and you get the cordial. Oh, okay, bye. Next dude that walks up just comes and just grabs her ass like it was the last bottle of water in fucking Sudan or something. And
it was. It's really hard to get water there.
What is like proper etiquette for you at these things? And what is something you could say right now to men listening to this? Hey, don't do this if you're there.
Well, don't just stick your finger in me or leave marks, I would say. Basically, like, just act right. They know what's right and wrong. Some of them do things, but I don't encounter that too often. Sure. It's a good crowd. I would have to say overall, I have maybe heard of that once or twice. Like, and otherwise they wait for the performer to invite them to do that, but we don't really get grabbed at. Not too often.
Sure.
We've got great security.
Yeah.
It's the same security that travels everywhere with us. So they really just have a tight rein, and it's just good people. Like, our fans are not barbaric animals. Or now online they can be a little bit mouthier.
Sure.
But in general, I haven't seen any issues. None of our girls have had issues in our booth each time. So it's not really a concern.
Great. That's good to hear. Well, again, from my outside perspective, if I wasn't involved, I would be like,
you would think we would. Yeah.
I bet it's a shit show there. I bet everyone's crazy, blah, blah, blah. No, it was pretty it was just too packed,
Yeah. I got a lot of that. Like, oh, you must run into some crazy people. And it's like, no, they're actually really good, genuine people, more introverted quite often. I don't see them as weird at all. I don't. Rarely do I ever say this is a weird one, like very rarely. Very.
I saw a lot of weird dudes when I went, but I'm not a performer, so they were just looking. Visually weird, or? Well, I try not to judge people just on their visuals, but yeah, no, they were weirdo looking people, and they creeped me out a little bit, but if they were nice and respectful, whatever. Fuck it.
Are they looking at the? You're like, you're making me uncomfortable. I'm not a performer. Stop it!
No,
Stop looking
no,
at me
no.
like that.
No, women were looking at me and vomming. Actually, it was very sad. That's
we're not allowed,
my normal
We're not allowed
life.
to do that.
Oh, I know. I break all the rules.
Do you like vomit?
No.
Really?
Not at all.
I know someone that loves it.
It's just not. There are
likes
certain
the girls to vomit on each other and in each other's mouths, and
It's a realm. There's certain bodily fluid realms, which is maybe why I have an understanding of your cum phobia, hatred,
yeah. There's certain.
whatever.
I don't know what it's from. At least you understand it.
There's certain. Yeah, I don't know either. Honestly, as I think about it, I don't know where it all comes from. I know, I like alt girls and gothy girls, and my wife is very pale skin, dark hair. But that's because I grew up at a time when it was like the Blink 182, Avril Lavigne, pop punk type of stuff. So that's my fetish. But
they're hot. Yeah. I do like that too. So
there's something about them too. It looks like they break rules, and I like that.
But they're quiet.
They are. That's nice too.
They're
actually.
secretive in a way. Like they're mysterious.
Sure. Yeah.
Very mysterious.
And fun. And yeah.
Just plain pretty. Like if I put that on my face and all that, I'd look like a clown.
No, you'd look.
Oh no. I've tried it. No, we'll leave it at that. I've tried it.
Fair enough.
Not a good idea. So yeah. I'm like, no. We're not going to do that again.
All right, let me ask you this. You have a tattoo on your chest.
Maybe.
Love it, hate it, old tattoo, want to keep it around because it's sentimental. Any idea on removing it? Any idea on brightening it up? How do we feel about that?
Okay, so I've had many. I went through the phase of all the tattoos, the piercings. I have had my arm removed, so lasered off. You could kind of see a green.
I could see a green, but it looks.
They couldn't lift it back then. See it barely right there.
If you told me, I couldn't. I was literally. My next question was: is that the only tattoo you've ever gotten, and what kind of decision was that? So that is. Go ahead. Yeah, sorry.
Okay, so this one was removed, and then I had a tummy tuck, so that was cut off. Thank God. And then this one is this is a cover up from probably 30 plus years ago. It's faded. For some reason, people like it. I don't know why. It's just 3 roses that fit the letters on the cursive, and that's how it was, and that's all it is. It's nothing more than that. And I don't want to go, burn off my tit, and I don't want to I don't want another tattoo.
Sure.
So
you're done with tattoos then?
Oh yeah. I'm over it. That was a phase. So I'm done with that. And then of course the piercings, sometimes if you go to the pokey one time, they'll tell you to take them out and then they close up. So that was many, many moons ago. And so I was like, just kept them out.
My wife took her nipple piercings out, and it's one of those things where at first she got it done without telling me, which is almost like, not that she has to, but it's like, we're together. You let me know that you're going to go get this done. Then I fall in love with it. Then she takes them out and they close up, and I miss them now. We're going to start trying to have kids in a couple years, so she doesn't want to get them. Yeah, and I'm just in this weird cross pattern. I like your tattoo. I think your tattoo is very nice. It's very unique too.
Yeah, it's
just in terms of it creates an aesthetic for you where you're this gorgeous, statuesque, curvy girl, and then you have this nice print here, and it's little bit of a bad girl. It's definitely
a little bit of a signature. I'd never intended it to be. So yeah.
All right, let's circle back to what we were saying before about your no list. You're absolutely will not do this list. First, let me start this way. Is there something you wish? All right, the last 10, 15 years, we've seen this big stepmom, step whatever.
I don't do step. Oh,
you just
I'm not a stepper. That's just fucking your dad's wife.
Yeah, I think
that doesn't have the same level of perversion as not at all.
I would agree.
So it's a different audience completely.
Oh yeah. There's two different types of mental illness there. No,
no.
One of them's illegal.
Wait, no. Hold on.
Yes.
Okay, so this is what a big, huge misconception.
Sure, please.
By no means do we, when we do this kind of role play, are we thinking of our biological parents or our biological children or siblings? Like that's so gross. Like you're like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't want to fuck my sister. Like my sister, she's like, like, I don't want to do that. You know what I mean?
Sure.
I don't want to fuck my dad. I don't want to fuck, you know what I mean? Like, that's just the way it is. It's explaining a role of, so say you have like a mistress where she punishes. She wears the black, the latex, she'll whip you, she'll make you clean stuff, lick stuff up, or do whatever, and you get punished. Now, a mommy is someone who is dominant. She's a MILF. She's experienced. But the next thing is she's nurturing. So that's how you divide it between, it has absolutely nothing to do with incest at all. Like, not, it's so far-fetched that someone would say that, because we do say daddy without a problem. Nobody wants to fuck their biological, I mean, there's always that one, but nobody is intending on fucking when they say, oh, that's my daddy. They're not like thinking, oh, my bio dad, I want to go and like bone him. Like, that's so far fetched. And it's the same thing with mommy. It has no underlying, like, it just is not, that's not what it is. So a mommy will teach you, like, oh, son, you're doing that so wrong. Like, let mommy show you, because we show them how to do things right. So basically it's an older woman, experienced woman with a younger, and that's where the role comes in. It has nothing ever to do with incest. That's so far out of the box.
I've done probably 150 of these episodes so far. I have never had somebody
break it down.
Succinctly like that. Like, it's a soft dom thing then, is what it feels like.
Oh, it's very dominant, and it's a lot of dialogue, and yes, we hit that level of perversion, like you know, just saying like, oh, your penis was made inside of me, so it belongs there. Like, that's such a level of perversion, but it's not at all an incest thing. It's just being perverted to the extreme, and the more perverted you are, it's just so much fun. It's so much fun. But if I'm being a stepmom, like, I'm just a slut. You know what I mean? Like there's nothing wrong with the sluts. Like, but I'm the one where you innocently start fucking him. You know what I mean? You innocent, like, or mom is the aggressor, and she's really just like, wow, he's really a fine young man, and mom wants to get pregnant, and her husband, his dad's not going to do it, so why not? You got a good one, right? It's that sort of
100%
dialogue.
I always say, as long as there's no dogs or kids in the room, I don't give a shit what your kink is. Like, you do you, whatever it is, as long as it's legal.
That's very legal.
So
this one is.
It is. Well, when we talked about gross things earlier, like vomit or anything like that, maybe it's not so much the actual vomit or this and that. It's just they need a level of taboo so much deeper than anything else present here, and you go,
It's a way to escape from, like, I've had ER doctors and stuff like that tell me that they see such extreme, and then if they could step away, that's why there's so many medical people are freaks, but I love you all. Have lots of fun with them. But anyway, so when they do that, like, it's something more extreme than what they're dealing with. So that's where they get into a lot of those, the extreme kinks and orgies and swinging and all that stuff is just something that can step them out of where their mindset is usually at. Go ahead. Oh, no, that's about what it is.
That's again, very succinct, and I've never really heard it broken down that way, and it makes total sense. I took years a decade and a half probably, to introduce dirty talking to my wife, right?
Oh, it's great.
it's and I totally understand her shyness and whatever else.
Weird at first.
Totally, yes. But what you have to establish, for me at least, was I go, because we're both very cynical. We both laugh a lot. We both bust each other's balls.
You need humor.
You do, but I have said anything that takes place in this room, while we're doing this, I will not judge you for. I will not make fun of you for. I will not whatever. I want you to just try. Just try and like talk sexy and do this and that and whatever. Mm-hmm. And man, it has taken you. There's so much.
So hot.
Yeah, and
I love it.
And she doesn't mind it either. She likes it too. I think with any of these fetishes or taboos or anything like that. Now, look, don't go to your wife and be like, I want you to pretend to be my mom without letting her know the context of it. Like, I want you to be my mom. It's going to come off strange. You need to explain why you want this.
You start whispering like little things in her ears and be like, who's your mom? Oh, you're my mommy. Or just something like once in a while in the moment would be, I don't know, men are the best teachers of dirty talk because what we think a man wants to hear is so far off. So I started learning to dirty talk by asking my fans, what's your trigger words? What one-liners do you have that, because men tell themselves like, giddy up, horsey, like they say all kinds of stuff to their dick. So they need to hear that. They're very, very audio driven, and visually. So if you just ask them, I started just like taking note of these one-liners like, oh, jerk me a huge rope of cum. Like, woman, I would never think of that. What is a rope of like, but anyways, so I just start learning, come on, jerk me that huge rope of cum. And then they would just do it. I'd be like, damn. Or like, now eat me, just like stuff that and the best teacher is a man. So yeah, you need to be teaching your wives. They just don't know what you want to hear.
Yes. Yeah.
That's a lot of it is.
But the part of my concern was like, well, I don't want to directly tell you word for word what you want to hear because then you'll never sleep with me again to my wife. So let's just casually throw.
Really? You would think.
I mean, look, again.
Tell me something you'd really want to hear that you would not tell her.
Oh.
Come on, give me one. You got one. You can't throw that out there and not say something.
It's not anything crazy or graphic.
No, but it's somewhat silly, probably.
Well, like not even. Okay, look, so it seems like it would be a basic, but we talked earlier. I have kind of a thing. I like a pop shot type thing. I like whatever. Yeah. So I like hearing, well, look, someone's going to clip it and say, but just, anything like come on my face, come on my mouth, blah, blah.
Give me that cum. Feed me that cum.
Even if I don't have to, if she, I'll be like, hey, I'll finish on your stomach. I don't care. Just talk to me like we're doing something else or whatever.
Yeah, like you're going to shoot this huge rocket.
Because after
men love their cum.
Yeah, after I finish, what am I doing? It's not like I need to be hyped up anymore. I'm not. No,
you guys run afterwards. Yeah. That is one of the biggest things I have read, which it was a surprise that when even you're on webcam and you're webcamming and the guy nuts, click, like he's done. It's almost like he comes to like a reality of, oh my God, what am I doing? And he just hangs up. They don't even say bye. And I was like, what did I do wrong? And then someone had told me, oh no, this happens all the time. So now I know the second they nut, they're out. That's it. And it's not, I'm like, is it saving money? No, he still had so many minutes left. No, they're just done. Like,
it's okay.
Post-cum clarity, I guess it's called, or something like weird.
Yeah,
that's what.
You know what? I do not do the same thing like run away because she's my wife, obviously. But I'm not like snuggly and hold it for an hour.
No, we don't want that either.
I need a little. Yeah, she wishes I would be a little more snuggly and nice and stuff. I'm just
before.
No, after like, kind of intimate and nice after, I mean.
Isn't that cute?
Yeah. It's not, it's not like it's a one night stand. It's, my wife.
Well, those are fun, but yeah.
But it starts going through my head. I start going like, okay, well, you just did that. You were dirty talking during it. So I know she's not going to judge me for it, but that fear comes in like, oh God, what did I say there? Then I start thinking about how I look, and I go, "Oh, she'll leave me if she realizes what I look like." And then
how would she not know what you look like?
It doesn't.
Isn't she fucking you?
No, she is. But like my body,
with the lights off.
I'm not regularly walking around naked, though.
Oh, do you have the lights off?
I mean, dim lighting.
You need to turn those lights on. You do it in the dark.
I don't understand. No, a nice TV on in the background and some lights above. It's not dark. It's definitely not dark. You can still see everything. Lights
you better put a spotlight on that with a camera.
Lights on I would just lose my rod immediately. With
you got to loosen up a little.
I can't. I'm just
see. That's the thing with the MILF is we don't give a shit. We don't care. Like our kids have wrecked us. They're out of the house. They're grown. Like we just want to get off. Like that's pretty much we're like 21-year-old boys.
That's what they say, right?
We're such in our prime in our 40s. It's like over the top, like so cool. Yeah.
That's great.
And we need someone to keep up. But, I have to say, I believe that men's dicks keep growing. Like, you know how your nose keeps growing in your ears, supposedly, your whole life?
Sure.
I think their dicks start growing because old men have huge, huge dicks.
I think you've been hanging out with old men with big dicks, maybe. Because
I've seen it all. They're big.
No, mine hasn't grown since 4th grade, so I don't know what you're talking about.
And they got these saggy balls. Yeah, that's just like, So, old men, don't you fret. I definitely like to fuck you too, but I'm just saying the younger guys, it's so much fun to control them.
So what do you prefer to work with when you're shooting scenes, doing whatever? Do you prefer younger guys? Do you prefer a guy who's more qualified, quote unquote?
No. That's a hard one because it's just someone that I connect with or have the chemistry with. It's all of it. Like, sure. I like them big. Big is good.
Okay. There's no age on big. It's just big.
No. And that's good, So I like it. I like them like literally. I mean, I think just because I'm there that I bring it out in them regardless. Like they could be the most reserved person and I will bring out the freak in them.
That's nice. That's good to hear. And
they just let it go with me. It's just like so great. Like, wow. And I stop and go, oh my God, is this what my life has resorted to? Like, this is what I'm really doing. I'm like, I am. It's cool.
Yeah, exactly. Resorted to is the wrong word, though. Is this where my journey has taken me?
Oh, yeah. But I mean, one time I was skipping through the woods in a scarecrow costume for Wizard of Oz, topless. So then I'm, and with 3 other girls, and I was like, this is what my life has come to? And I'm like, skip, and just kept skipping. Great video, by the way. But yeah.
I thought that was a pre-porn story. You were like, I was skipping through the woods one time. I was like, where the fuck is this one gonna go? And then you go in a scarecrow. I go, well, this is gonna get crazy.
Yeah, because we were the Wizard of we were gonna go do the Wizard of Oz, but we had to find him, and so yeah, it was fun.
I understand.
That's a fun one.
So. Going back a few minutes when we started talking about the mom, stepmom, the taboo that is there, what is a trend you hope takes off next? Something that you actually really, really like. Like, you like this now, I understand that. But is there anything else where you're like, yo, shit, if that takes off, I'm gonna be thrilled for the next X amount of years?
Well, there's really... Good question. I would like to see old... classic movie sets and film to come back. I think that we have cheapened it a bit by meaning the theatrics and the performances and the big stars are just not there anymore. So I would like to see that cycle back around, and hopefully it does. We have had a lot of restrictions and things that we have to battle to get there. We're always very resourceful, and we find a way to keep it going, but that's definitely died down.
Sure. What are some of the things that are on your no list then? What are some things that it's
here we go.
All right.
Ready?
Yeah, yes.
Okay. So it would be, it's the vomit, shit, piss.
You know what's funny? Wait, let me interrupt you. I used to do a game.
Run down the. Okay.
I used to do a game like this called SAC, Shit Animals Kids, and it was.
Oh.
Because I would ask,
Yeah.
what is something that you wouldn't shoot a scene for, blah, blah, blah. And inevitably women would always go like, well, I wouldn't fuck a kid. And I'd be like, yeah, no, I know that. That one's good. So we just take those out of the equation altogether. Shit, animals, kids. Yeah,
let's take those out. But there's a site that's for like cum haters, the women that hate cum. But I can't even bring myself to do that site because they have to come in my mouth, like for me to show how much I hate it. And I can't bring myself to do it. So that's a big one. That would be, that's a no. That's pretty much usually my no. And I don't want marks on me.
Sure.
I'll humiliate the shit out of someone, but I don't want it done to me. I just like want to punch them in the dick instead when they, like, even if it's role playing, I'm just like, it just doesn't jive with me. It's funny because I'm like a lot more submissive. I think, I don't really know because I haven't had sex forever, but in real life, it's kind of like, I don't know. I'm just saying, I don't like it when I feel, and if someone gets dominant with me, it just makes me want to put them in their place. But it also, I think it's relinquishing a little bit of control when you're that vulnerable. So I give it to the ones that are submissive. I really do. That takes a lot to just give in like that. Like it's difficult for me. So anything that's more humiliating or just like, why do you want me to do that? Like, why do you want to hit me or piss all over me? But then again, there are those who are perfectly fine with that. So as long as it's two that are cool with it, sure, there shouldn't be any judgment by anybody about it. It's just not something maybe that I would do.
Sure.
And a lot of people don't get the mommy role whatsoever. They just are like, no, that's gross. I have kids. No. It's just so misunderstood, but that's okay too.
Sure. It's the labeling on it.
Makes it valuable.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. But it's the labeling on it, which is necessary and required. Like, I have to know this is a mommy, stepmommy type situation. Otherwise, I'm not going to watch it.
Why not?
If I'm looking for that fetish, I need to know what it is. I'm saying if
True.
I were... Yeah, I would. I had a debate one time, not a real debate, but with a performer about categories. And she was totally against it. And I totally understood her point, too. It was mostly about performers of color, how establishing them in other categories or calling this interracial or whatever, in a sense, could be negative towards them. But I thought I made a compelling point that if you group everything under hot lady, right? Isn't the top 10% of the industry with the biggest following then going to dominate all of that type of stuff?
We do niche it. Yeah.
Sure.
And you don't want to go through I guess that would leave it open to that you would have to search through every video to find your niche. But also you have to remember back in the day when you would buy the porn, you would want to know what you're buying. But I do see them backing off the BBC,
sure,
the the IR, and I think she's got a point when it comes to that particular instance. Like that makes sense to me. I believe that to be true. But I noticed they've backed off that quite a bit.
Yeah, and maybe that's a good thing. It's probably a good thing. I think it's good morally. I just worry about the repercussions of...
Wait, morally?
Yeah, I think it's a good thing to do to not categorize... Well, like, all right. So why are we not categorizing people like that then?
But it's not even... It's just that one in particular, I think is more like singled out, and it does limit them. That's just from my own perception, sure, but there is nothing moral about porn. Like that word shouldn't, like, this isn't a moral.
No,
Wait,
no,
hold
no.
on.
Oh,
Nothing's
okay,
moral about porn.
Okay, let me say that you're exactly right. But let me say this: say I'm running one of the big tube sites, right?
Okay.
And someone comes to me, a young African-American performer, and she says, I really think it's terrible that people are categorized in this way, that I'm stuck under ebony or whatever it would be, or whatever the category. As a person who can empathize with this person and understand where they're coming from and everything else, the morally right decision for me as a person, just seeing this other performer as a person and understanding their play, I get it. No, there's no actual morals, but I just mean when I said that, I meant morally, like making the right decision as a human and not necessarily as a business person or a producer.
Oh, I was going to say, this is about money, though. You got to, let's scale it back to what it's really about. So, of course, everybody gets put into their category of where they make money. So the fans put us in those categories, those niches. I was put into them. I didn't even watch porn beforehand. So that's another shocker. Besides that kind of shocker, but it's a shocker. Like, I was like, what the is this? And they started calling me that. And then I had a producer from Angel from XCS Network. He's a good one, but he wanted to do a mommy, daughter, daddy role play. And I was like, I can't do this. Like, I'm not going to do that. Like, this girl looks like she's 8. Like, I'm not going to do that. And he was like, listen, you don't have to do it. And he says, but let me explain it to you first. And he said, you're an actress. You are an actor. You are performing. You're not really like, if we on the movies, there's people who have to do horrible, they're mass murderers, they're child molesters, they're all kinds of roles and on the internet, but they're not that person. So he's like, it's just acting. And I was like, okay. And so and it's like the best movie I ever did. Sure. By far. And it was just, sometimes people just need to understand, like, step back for a second and swallow your and just go, hold on. Like, that's not what that means. And truly understand that, like, it's not incest.
No.
It's not. And it's not morally right. Like, to be watching, I can talk out of two sides of my face on this one because it is hurting our society tremendously. I think it's a definite problem. It is, our children have way too much access to it. Parents aren't watching. It is the parents' responsibility, but the fact is they're not watching them, or they're not. And so us coming together as a community, Americans, that we have to make that decision on how we're going to stop them, because it's affecting them tremendously. Like, when I was growing up, our porn was like National Geographic magazine, and we'd be looking at the saggy tits and be like, look at his balls. That was a big deal to us. But the stuff that they can access on the internet is shocking to me. Like, I still get shocked. Sure. So I would not want, it's a tough one. So am I contributing to it? Yes, I am. So I can, two sides of the, I'm well aware that I talk out of two sides of my face with that. Is it the new age verification laws hurting us tremendously as a performer? Yes. Is it, I believe, your freedom of speech, a freedom of an 18-year-old, an adult should be able to watch porn. Like, what do you mean we can't watch it without turning in our IDs as some third party porn agency? That's a little sketch, and it's like, a lot of people, they don't let their spouse know they watch it. It just goes on and on of why they should be able to be discreet. But then on the flip side, you have to buy alcohol. You got to show your ID, but it doesn't go into, maybe it does now because they scan it, but it doesn't necessarily go into a sketch system,
a database, that is vulnerable to hacks or whatever else.
It's just they definitely, our industry is pushing for like Google or someone to control that, but not some random third party that we're going to pay as little as possible to, because it is so expensive to implement these laws. It's I don't know. It's something that it's really like, that's what we've come to. But yes, we have, because how else can you identify if a child's there or not? Sure. You just we have to do something. I would love to do the eye scan, biometrics, like that kind of stuff would be reasonable. But in the meantime, it has cut everything, in half, as far as we're always being shut down, always, constantly. And we'll find another way.
Yeah. You're the first person.
Cycle. It'll cycle around.
The first person I've talked to who has been honest about, I love this industry. I love talking to people in this industry. I think you're the most fascinating people in the world. I think you're great.
We are.
Do I think porn might be pushing too far?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I think I might.
Yeah.
But you know what? It does.
But it's not for us to say, though.
No, it's
That's
not.
That's the joy of being American. That's the joy of having the freedom of speech and expression. That's the joy. That's what we're founded on, is like, but we have technology that is being used in a way that we have to take preventive measures, because it is deeply affecting our future, meaning the children become adults, and they are deeply being affected by, if it's not sexual abuse, it's pornography. It's something to do with that. They're just seeing this shit too soon. Like,
I think it might be even a bigger, broader spectrum than that. I think that's a part of it, but I mean, the violence people see online, I think it's a lot of... I think it's media. I hate to sound like a 70-year-old man, but I think it's social media, guys.
It is 100% media. All media is not... all media is bullshit. It is. I don't care if it's the news. I don't care if you want to call it a reliable source. I don't think we know half of what's going on in this world, to be honest with you. I think they're always like, look over here, and they're doing shit over here. I don't think we have a clue. I don't think we're privy to it. And they just tell us a bunch of stories all the time, shit that's going on that who knows if it actually exists. I think media is the culprit of like absolutely almost every issue that we really have is media. And we have no regulations. We have no accountability for it. And like, I feel so strongly about this because I don't watch TV at all. I cut all that crap off. And I'll tell you, because it started veering me from my belief system that I was raised with. And what I was raised with came from my environment, my, experiences that I have, which are going to be totally different than yours. It's going to be different. So you're going to have a different belief system, or things that don't apply to you, may apply to me. If I have a disabled child and you don't give a shit. You know what I mean? It just doesn't, that's how your belief system is built.
Sure.
And that's where we don't have a lot of respect for each other, of stopping and going, wait, they've been through different shit than I have. Their city or state is different than mine. So we don't have that issue, but it started to change my belief system, and it's all bullshit. You try to find something that's legit. We have no legitimate news sources. They're all one side or the other. It's just, I hear certain people, my friends, that call me with this crap. Like, it's just, I feel sorry. It's like I could see it eating their brain. Like it affects them, and people go, no, I'm not going to let it affect me. You don't really have a choice. It has that much power. It does. It sways you on what is right and wrong, or what you believe. And it's just, I think it's the evil. Yet I am media. So
I've done a lot of interviews with the hottest women in the world, and I have never been harder than I am right now as you described how much you hate the media, because I also hate the media. I think it's just devil. Propaganda. I think it's been that way since the 50s.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
yeah.
Yes, probably. I'm not that old, thank God.
Sure.
But it's definitely, I didn't start recognizing it until like I had my vehicle stolen from my airport in Denver. And when it was stolen, they were screwing me on every side of this like situation. And I was paying everybody. I paid out thousands of dollars to the parking, to the tow truck man, to the impound, you name it. And I'm like, it was stolen from me. So I go to this troubleshooter, and he ends up telling me, oh yeah, we're going to go to all these people. We're going to knock on their doors, call them, and be like, why are you taking money from this victim? This and that. And I'm like, cool. Like, even the police, what did you do? You could have put it in the police impound, but instead you let it sit. Like, you let a private person take it. It would have been free. So anyways, and he ends up doing this news story. I'm like, yeah, let's get him. And then he played it on the news, and I sat there just absolutely like dumbfounded that it was about, he ended up dubbing in my words to 2 years ago, a law that didn't pass, that I know nothing about. I never mentioned it. I don't know. And he was like talking about that. And then I would make a comment that would, it would be like, yeah, as a victim, da, 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 da. And I was like, this man stood in front of my face. Like, he's supposed to be the truth finder, the troubleshooter. And that's when I really understood the depth of how bad the media is. Because I had nothing to do with that law. I didn't even live in the state at that time. Like, what are you talking about?
Wherever you are politically, to anybody, just fake news is a thing.
Yeah.
Okay. It has been.
It's all of them. It's,
yeah.
I mean, this guy's supposed to go help me. Like, I thought this, you got the troubleshooter on it and he's going to go and ring, ring, ring. What do you do? And it's like this man totally took my story. And it had nothing to do with helping me. It had nothing to do with my story. It had to do with the law that didn't pass. It's just ridiculous. Like, yeah. And it's like, why did you sit there and bullshit me? Why didn't you just tell me that's what it was about? Like, why didn't we just do that? And I'd be like, oh, at least I could read the law. So anyways, and that's when I really realized how bad it was. Like, it's bad.
Yeah. I won't bring up mine on here because it's too political, but it was a political thing where I was like, that's not that. I know that's not that. And yet I'm being told this is that, and it's not.
And they literally, I mean, and not to get too far into it, but like Trump is such a performer. Like, he is an absolute stage show. Like, he's one of like best performers there is, because all he does a dance over here. Everybody looks at it that way. Like, watch him do. He's such a horrible dancer. He's this and that. And they're really over here doing 10 other things. And he's the performer. And it's like, we're just so sucked into it. And it's damaging. It's done a lot of damage to our family units. Our society has just gone to shit.
Maybe that's
and I contribute to it in more ways than one. So I'm not trying to say that I am by any means not a contributor. I am.
You know what? Can I try and give you a little cover on that one there? Because
go for it.
It doesn't sound like you produce stuff that would, disgust me from a 2025 sensibility. It sounds like you produce stuff, or you want to produce stuff, or you like being a part of stuff that is more of the, in 2004 when I was sneaking into a used trade-a-tape fucking DVD shop so that whatever lady would sell me it for when I was 16 years old or whatever.
Oh, Jesus.
Shouldn't say that, but yeah, she works at a Walmart now. She hassled me a couple weeks ago. Anyway, about a receipt. But I personally, I'll just say this, and you can feel however you want to feel. But from the outside perspective, you sound like you don't delve into the stuff that is pushing it too far, because there has been porn for a long time.
Do you know how many people are against the mommy role play?
Okay, maybe that one. Yeah.
See? No. So see how you say that? And at the flip side, no, I'm actually diving into people. These people don't understand it, which is fair. But I do dive into that very much so, but your perception is not necessarily that. So I do talk out of both sides of my face when it comes to that. And I really don't have an excuse for saying it's bad and then doing exactly what's bad. In my own belief system, I don't justify it. I'm just a character over here, and I don't think there is a justification for it. I guess I believe, not believe, but it's done me and my world and my family more than I could ever ask for. So I'm good with that. It sits well with me. I fucked up in life. I didn't go to college right away. I had kids too early, like all that stuff. And it's done. It picked up the pieces where I desperately needed pieces picked up. So it's done me right in so many ways that I'll gladly contribute to it because it's going on anyways.
Ladies and gentlemen,
I have to block that out of my mind. I have to just block out the fact that it's not necessarily something I think is good.
Hey, I can respect. You're right. The mommy thing throws me up. I can respect though taking a step back and realizing it, because I'm doing it too. I'm having conversations. I'm not producing porn, but I'm I'm engaging in the community.
You're glorifying it.
I am to an extent, but conversations like this, deep stuff like that, which I rarely get, is a great insight. Let me ask you this one last question, then we really got to wrap this up.
Okay.
Because I've been asking performers this for a long time, and it's so interesting, the response, because it all piggybacks on what we just said there. What should be the age that a girl is allowed to get into porn?
Definitely 21 to 25. 18, you shouldn't be able to not go to the bar or drink at the event that you're naked at. I think that's so, it's bizarre that it's that way, but I definitely believe 21 and older.
That every performer I've talked to has come to, even
by far.
Girls who got in at 18, I'll ask them now and they go, 20. I believe they would. 21 is what kind of the general thing. But we also have the but a discussion that there are some 18-year-olds who are so much more mature than some 40-year-olds.
It's not about maturity, though. It's about your brain is not developed at a level that can handle the seriousness of what you're doing.
Sure.
It's just not. It's too. Your brain's still growing. That's why you don't put alcohol into it until it's done growing. But
we can send you to war.
That's a killer too. Yeah. That's a killer. I that one I can't.
Right.
No. So definitely above 21. I would say 25. I think you need even more growth than you do with alcohol, even though alcohol's the devil too. But alcohol, media, porn.
Totally fair.
I'm going to hell. I'm going to hell.
My guest for the evening.
This has been great.
Make sure you hit up the OF at Lily Craven and follow all the social media in the episode description. Bare minimum you could do is follow these folks on social media. Costs you nothing. You might as well throw it out there.
Yes.
Next step. Paycheck came in. You're feeling good. Ooh, wow, I got a little bit of money. Head over to the OF.
Yes.
And then, just engage with these people. They're performers. They perform for you. Make sure you support them on the back end. Lily, thank you so much for your time this evening.
Thank you. This has been awesome.